Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a simple question. How can you practice English every day even when life is busy? A lot of learners think they need a perfect situation to improve. They think, I need more free time. Or, I need to live in an English-speaking country. Or, I need a native speaker to practice with every day. But that is not true. You do not need a perfect life to improve your English. You need a simple routine. You need small habits that you can repeat every day. When practice becomes part of your normal life, English starts to feel easier, more natural, and less stressful. So in this video, I want to share easy ways to practice English every day without pressure. Let's start with one of the most useful techniques: shadowing. What is shadowing? Shadowing is when you listen to English and repeat it almost immediately. You try to copy the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and stress. You do not stop to translate. You do not worry too much about grammar. You just listen and repeat. For example, listen to these sentences. I want to improve my English every day. English becomes easier with practice. I am learning step by step. This technique is powerful because it trains your ears and your mouth at the same time. You are not only hearing English, you are producing it too. Little by little, your pronunciation becomes clearer and your speaking becomes smoother. At first, shadowing may feel difficult. That is normal. Maybe you miss a few words. Maybe you cannot repeat fast enough. That is okay. The goal is not perfection. The goal is training. Now let's look at some practical ways to build English into your daily life. The first habit is simple. Listen to English every day. If you want to speak English better, you need regular input. Your brain needs to hear the language again and again. This helps you remember words, understand natural speech, and become familiar with sentence patterns. You can listen to podcasts, short videos, interviews, simple stories, or slow English lessons. Choose something you enjoy. It is easier to stay consistent when the content is interesting. You can listen while walking, cooking, cleaning, driving, or relaxing. Even 10 minutes a day is useful. You do not need to understand every word. Just keep exposing yourself to the language. The second habit is, repeat what you hear. Do not be only a listener. Use your voice. When you hear a sentence, pause and say it again. Try to sound like the speaker. Notice how the words connect. Notice which words are strong and which words are soft. For example, I'm getting better every day. I don't need to be perfect. Practice gives me confidence. Repeat short sentences many times. This kind of repetition helps you speak more naturally in real conversations. The third habit is, think in English. This is a great way to reduce translation in your mind. Start with very small thoughts. When you wake up, think, I'm tired. I need breakfast. Today will be busy. When you go outside, think, it's hot today. The street is crowded. I'm going to work. These are small sentences, but they are very important. They teach your brain to connect directly with English. Over time, you spend less energy translating from your first language, and speaking becomes faster. The fourth habit is, speak to yourself. Yes, really. Speaking to yourself is excellent practice. You can describe what you are doing. You can talk about your plans. You can explain your opinions. You can even pretend you are answering interview questions. For example, you can say, today I have 3 things to do. I want to finish my work early. This week, I want to learn 5 new words. This habit is helpful because it gives you speaking practice without fear. Nobody is judging you. You can make mistakes freely. That freedom is important. The fifth habit is read aloud. Reading silently helps vocabulary, but reading aloud helps speaking. Choose a short text. It can be a story, a lesson, a dialogue, or even a social media post in English. Read it slowly. Then read it again with better pronunciation. Then read it a third time with more confidence and expression. This trains your mouth to move more comfortably in English. It also helps you notice punctuation, sentence rhythm, and word stress. The sixth habit is write a little every day. You do not need to write a long essay. Just write a few simple lines about your day. For example, today I was very busy. I had coffee in the morning. In the evening, I watched a video in English. This kind of writing helps you organize your thoughts and practice basic grammar in a natural way. The seventh habit is recording your voice. This is one of the most powerful ways to improve your speaking skills, and surprisingly, many learners do not use it. Your phone can become your personal speaking teacher. At the end of your day, take your phone, open the voice recorder, and speak in English for about 1 minute. You can talk about anything. Talk about what happened during your day. Talk about your plans for tomorrow. Talk about something interesting you learned. For example, you could say something like this. Today was a busy day for me. I worked in the morning and finished some important tasks. In the afternoon, I felt a little tired, so I took a short break and drank coffee. In the evening, I watched a short video in English and practiced a few new words. You don't need to worry about mistakes. Nobody else needs to hear your recording. This practice is just for you. When you listen to your own voice, something very interesting happens. You begin to notice things that you cannot notice while speaking. You may hear pronunciation problems. You may hear grammar mistakes. You may notice that you repeat the same words many times. But this is not a bad thing. This is actually how improvement begins. When you notice your mistakes, your brain becomes more aware of the language. The next time you speak, you will try to correct those mistakes. Little by little, your speaking will become clearer and more natural. Another wonderful benefit of recording yourself is that you can track your progress over time. Imagine recording your voice today and then recording another message after 1 month. When you listen to the old recording, you will probably notice that your pronunciation is better now. Your sentences may be longer. Your confidence may be stronger. That feeling is very motivating. Many learners believe they are not improving, but when they listen to old recordings, they realize how much progress they have actually made. Another helpful idea is to bring English into your environment. Instead of thinking about English only during study time, try to surround yourself with the language throughout the day. For example, you can change the language of your phone to English. This simple change can expose you to many new words that you see every day. Words like settings, brightness, update, notification, download, and many others will become familiar to you. You can also write your daily to-do list in English. For example, finish my work project, buy groceries, exercise for 20 minutes, practice English listening. This small activity helps your brain think in English in a very natural way. Another simple idea is to follow English learning pages or English content creators online. When you open your social media, you will see English sentences, expressions, and short explanations. Even if you only read them quickly, your brain is still learning. Watching short English videos is also very useful. You can watch travel videos, cooking videos, daily life vlogs, or educational content. The topic does not matter as much as your interest. When you enjoy the content, learning feels easier and more fun. Even short videos can teach you many things. You can hear natural pronunciation, learn common expressions, and see how real conversations work. The important thing is not the length of the study session. The important thing is contact with the language. And this brings us to the most important idea of all: consistency. Many students believe they must study for many hours in order to improve. They imagine that learning English requires long and difficult study sessions every day. But in reality, improvement often comes from small, consistent practice. 20 minutes every day can be much more powerful than 2 hours once a week. When you practice a little every day, your brain stays connected to the language. Words stay fresh in your memory. Speaking becomes more comfortable. Listening becomes easier. Small daily habits slowly build strong language skills. So instead of waiting for a perfect time to study, create a simple routine that fits naturally into your life. Your routine might look something like this: 5 minutes of listening in the morning while you drink your coffee. 5 minutes of shadowing practice in the afternoon. 5 minutes of speaking or recording your voice at night. This kind of routine is simple, but it is very effective. You do not need to do everything perfectly. You only need to keep going. Remember something very important. Fluency is not built in one day. Fluency grows slowly through repetition and patience. One sentence today. One recording tomorrow. One new word next week. Step by step, these small actions create big results. So be kind to yourself during the learning process. Do not worry too much about mistakes. Mistakes are a natural and necessary part of learning any language. What matters most is that you keep practicing, keep listening, keep speaking, and keep showing up every day. Your English does not need to be perfect. It only needs to keep growing. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope these ideas help you practice English more confidently in your daily life. See you in the next video.